Hello everyone, my name is Matt McMahon. I live in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, and I've just seen the video, the Revolution movie. I highly suggest anybody watch this movie, but the reason why I'm doing this is because I would like to reach out to Rob Stewart. I know that you're going to be coming to my city on April 19th, I believe it is. I will, if I'm wrong, I will write it down here. I know it's on a Monday. I'm going to actually be taking the day off work to go in and meet you. I just wanted to discuss a few things with you and my YouTube viewers, some of the problems and how they can actually be fixed. With our generations, we were raised and taught to recycle and to not waste, and it's probably one of the biggest mistakes that our government made in regards to their corporation. And we grew up looking for solutions, and I did that as a child. And there are solutions which are very easy, and we tend to seek out the problems to those solutions from our government, and the solutions won't make them money, and that's our issue. And trying to beg them and force them into making changes without saying these are the exact solutions is never going to change things. Now, the reason why there aren't any of these solutions present is because, like I said, the money. And the scientific world is also ran by the corporation, and because of that, people like me that are self-taught scientists, inventors, that can envision these solutions are often shot down. We tend to not get much support. Thanks to YouTube, it's been changing. I've been talking and communicating with several people about actual solutions, and most of them are inventors. They have the creativity that is needed, that this world needs. I found in your video it talked about all of the problems, and yes, those problems need to be addressed and put out in the open. And a lot of other movements have done the exact same thing, where they've put out the issue. And the thing is we need to work together with people who can actually create the solutions. If the oil companies are sort of put out of commission, where they don't, where they're no longer needed, then they can no longer run our world. And there are several solutions. I'm actually working on one right now, a bike that will not require a charge, where anybody anywhere in the world can have this bike, where I'm going to actually try and make it so you can build it out of 100% recycled parts, which will be, once I get it to work, I'll show how you can do that. Now, again, anybody watching this video, go to the movie theater and support Rob Stewart. Watch his video. I personally, it really jerked a lot of my tears. I found it very sad that I watched a little boy so upset, and I was that boy during the Gulf War, and I really related to that little boy. And 5 years ago, I was sort of numb, which I find if you actually sit down and watch the people walking by, working, on their lunch break, they're numb. They don't feel as much as they should, and they tend to just brush it off as if there isn't a problem, and there is. And we as a civilization can actually evolve. And I'm actually in the process of trying to start my own movement as well, called the STEP movement, taking the next step. And it's a 6 abbreviation word, which I've made it down to 4, so that way it was easy, an easy word. But it's Self-Sustaining Transition Technology Evolution Project. And this is based on the scenario going one of two ways. Either if we can't convince government, which I don't think is going to happen, because it's been happening for 100 years that we've been trying to get government to do the right thing, and they haven't been. So my other solution is to create business through products like this, which I have friends that also want to put out products, and we're not going to do it to get rich. So technically we will become those corporations, and without keeping the money to ourselves. We don't want the money for ourselves. We just want to see our creations unleashed upon the earth. And if we are able to do that, then we can use those profits and put those profits towards creating actual sustainable communities where food is 100% generated and self-sustaining with no labor at all. I've designed machines that can do that, where communities are actually printed on big, massive concrete printers, where everything is built by computers, where only 10% of the population will actually even need to work at all. So I could use some help, but I've actually been getting help with what I've been trying to do. A lot of people want to see this change. So it's just creating the right solutions and showing people how they can actually be implemented. So I know this video has probably gone on longer than it should, but I really need to reach out to you, Rob. I commend you for the message that you gave to the world. You did an amazing, beautiful job, and I'm hoping that somehow we can work together. One of the kids said something that I've said as well, that we do all need to come together and work together. There are so many people in the world that need to connect to have this done. So if we either go off and make communities where we're surrounding the cities with other communities that are 100% self-sustainable, which I wanted to also add that in 1935 there was an engine that was produced that ran on water. All scientists have been taught not to believe this, because they have been taught that there's no way of making more energy come out than what you put in, and that is absolutely false. The sun actually produces electromagnetic frequencies that can be tapped, and those electromagnetic frequencies also hit the earth that can also be tapped, and the universe also creates electromagnetic frequencies that can also be tapped. And that's what a man named Nikola Tesla figured out, and he also wanted us to have wireless energy, which we do live in a society of waste, and when you pass energy down those power lines, you create a 30% loss. When you pass energy by wireless transmission, you actually create gains, because you're picking up off of those electromagnetic frequencies that the Earth, Sun, and universe are emitting. So there are so many solutions. There have been so many inventors that have figured these solutions out, and we are constantly suppressed. So I think that one of the biggest movements, part of these movements, is that we need to get together with the inventors, and I've been, creating a team of them, and that's why we want to sort of figure out a proper way of the solution. If we get 100% of the support that we need, we don't even need to create the business side of things. We can just do it. And I know that there's going to be a lot of celebrities that are going to be coming to meet you on at your event in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, and just like a portion of their income could actually change everything. And I've reached out to so many people, and I was ignored every single time. I reached out to David Suzuki, he ignored me. I told him that I can run an engine on water. By the way, because I know how to do that, it's actually putting my life in danger, and it's not a conspiracy. It's been done several times, and each and every time someone comes up with a source of free energy, they are told to stop. And this isn't a conspiracy. I swear to you, it's not. I've talked with people. I've researched people that this has happened to. So free energy needs to become mainstream, and free energy will rid this world of carbon. And even if we weren't to rid ourselves of this carbon, I do have the solutions in order to actually lessen the carbon that are coming out of those coal plants a huge percent. But those tar sands gotta go. That's disgusting what they're doing there, and I've known about it. And thank you so much for actually showing footage so I could actually see how bad it was. It's ridiculous. If you look at the oil industry, it's not just the fuel that we get. We have plastic and paint and wire insulation. everything on our planet it has some sort of plastic involved. I could show you so many different things that are being required to use plastic. And so they're not only making the money off the fuel, they're making money off of the waste. Now look at all the roads in the world. They're all made of tar. Tar is the byproduct. Either way, I could go on and on and on about these problems. I'm sure most people who are going to watch this video will have already known about those issues, but we need solutions. And there are several of us that have solutions, and it's not going to happen through government. Government is a corporation that is set up so that way they continue the cycle of money, so that way they continue making money. And if you look at something like what's that, energy, it's the commercials that you see all over Canada, all over the time, of the action plan, and how they're creating new jobs in the oil industry. And if you actually look on their video, you can see they say they're ramping up like quality control, and yet you see all the bolts, they've got rust around them. Oil industry should not be using iron, they should be using non-corroding metals. That's a bottom line. Then there's no more oil spills. But that's besides the point. These, well, actually it is the point, but we don't need oil. We haven't needed oil for over 100 years. And the people in power that make the money continue to set it up that way, so that way they can continue to make money. I'm actually working on this bike. I'm redesigning a motor from a printer to actually replace this wheel. This I don't know whoever's going to watch this, but I've actually had some help on doing this, and over 6 hours of this wheel spinning, it only consumes 0.8 volts. And all I need to do to make it free energy is have this motor done. And I hope I'm not wrong about that, but I'm sure I won't be. And I've put a lot of money into my research, which I didn't have, but I believe that the solutions that I can come up with can help save the world. And so I continue to spend my money to investigate and learn and, allow my brain to actually envision new things. So we need help. I need help. The group that I'm with needs help. I have a friend that's transmitting wireless energy, and I don't know about his efficiencies, but if he had more help, he can make it better. I've got friends that have been trying to. You should look into a guy named Stanley Meyer. He ran an engine on water and had a suspicious death during celebrating going into production with NATO. Even one of my friends, he designed a device, and that device would have basically plugged in the wall for a second, and you would unplug it, and it would continue to run. It would continue to produce energy just off of, and it would harness the energy of the planet. So there are all these issues, and there are ways to solve those issues, but we need help. We need support. My friends need support. We need to be able to create these solutions, and we need people to see these videos. So please help us in any way possible. I hope that I can actually, I know it's probably going to be asking a lot of you, but I would like to actually be able to have a talk with you and, discuss some of these things and show you that, that you could throw any problem at me and I'm going to give you a solution for it, because I've been thinking of all the problems since I was a little boy. It's since the Gulf War I've been thinking about it. So anyways, I love this planet I live on. I love the people in it, and I want to help them. I want to stop this, and I know so many other people that want to do the exact same thing. So Rob, you've already been creating a network. There are several other movements that have networks. We need to join together. We are in the planning stages of the movement. but you could check it out if you want. It's called thestepmovement.org. We've got a Facebook group about it now. It's literally, I just started that Facebook group last week. We're trying to get up websites, and I'm also trying to get this stuff done at the same time. So I'm very limited in time. I think last week I slept 3 to 5 hours a night. So, you know, I want to put every waking moment into changing this world, because I'm tired of watching people make money off of its destruction.